Hello, I'm Vara,
And I'm Roxy.
and you're listening to VCR. Hey, Roxy, how are you?
I am great. Got coffee in hand, and I'm already a little
Oh man, well, I already shared with you my Christmas party stories from last night, and
hilarious.
yes, yes,
Hilarious.
that will be a show coming to you probably in the near future. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of all ready for things that like my beard is trimmed up. If you notice, it isn't that massive Billy Goat Wild Man look that I normally sporting. Uh,
Yep.
my barber, I was like, hey, do what you feel, and she sure did.
You don't ever say that. You have to be like, but
Yeah.
don't do this.
But I look good. It looks good on
Yeah,
me,
it looks nice.
and but honestly, it won't take long for it to grow back
Yeah.
out again. So, with
Give it a
me,
couple
it's
days,
just
you'll
like,
have that
yeah,
Billy goat. You'll have that
exactly.
Billy goat curl again.
I'll be back to like, grazing outside 'cause
Hmm.
but we are right before Christmas here. I mean, Christmas is just click click, we're done pretty soon.
Two blinks away.
I know, seriously, it's like, so I hope you got your shopping done and
I
everything else
haven't.
because yeah, I'm still kind of dying getting that stuff out. So, in reality, when you get this show, it'll be Christmas Eve. So, Merry Christmas to everyone
Merry
who's listening.
Christmas.
Hope you're enjoying and finding something exciting to do before the big day. But
Yeah.
like, all kinds of stuff to do for Christmas. I know I'm still in the throes of kind of like shopping, but at this point, it's too late in the game. So it's like, here's cash, people. Like
Right.
the one gift that never gets returned, cash.
That's all I want.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So there's that. And then, Roxy, are you finished with your shopping?
No, 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 no. I still have a few. I do have some gifts, so I'm not that far behind, but I do have a few more that I need to get.
Hmm.
I went out last night and was able to get a few that I needed, but I still have like what, three people and a couple more for my mom that I want to get.
Yeah, so like no joke, like me and Roxy have actually had to go Christmas shopping together a couple of times
Yeah,
because we're that far behind. We went to a
yeah.
we went to a Marshall and then we went to the ever famous Bucky's because my baby niece loves. She's not really a baby. I just call her my baby niece, but like she loves
She's
the
still
sour
kind of
cherries.
baby. How old
Yeah,
is
yeah.
she? 5,
Eight, eight
8.
is babyish.
Yeah. Mhm.
So she loves the sour cherries at Bucky's, so I went to go buy her the sour cherries. Come to find out, my whole family loves sour cherries. So here I am,
So he
just
basically
clearing.
got a basket full of sour
Yeah,
cherries.
just a massive. I cleared a whole rack of just
No,
sour
seriously.
cherries, just to get them out for my family and put them in their little Christmas bags. I was like, Jesus Christ, I didn't know they were that
You're like,
insane
I didn't
about sour
realize it was this
cherries.
much.
I was like, damn, this is a lot. So it
And then I
spent a
had to
lot
grab
just
me
on,
my Cinnabears and my
yes.
Chamoy gummy bears. I was like,
So all the wonderful little Christmas treats that you can have during this time, I know
mm.
that I've been munching on things here and there, little sweeties and fun stuff
Oh,
like that.
yeah,
But
I've been indulging.
yes, I mean, I've
I
definitely,
need to indulge in some running.
yes, I need to indulge in some yoga, some running, some like,
Some
getting
Pilates or something.
of
I need to do
getting
something.
back into it type of thing because I know I'm out of it. But all that good stuff. But what's another treat that you can do that maybe won't put on the calories so much for you? And that is Christmas
Christmas
movies.
movies.
Yay! So
Woo!
today's show is all about the fun Christmas movies that you could be watching. And what is a Christmas movie? What isn't a Christmas movie? I know there's the age-old contested. Die Hard. Is it a Christmas movie? Roxy was sharing her thoughts with me earlier. Is it a Christmas movie or not? Let's get it out of the way.
It's during Christmas, so it qualifies to me.
Yes, it does not qualify to me. I think it's just a movie that takes place during Christmas, but not really a Christmas movie. But I'm going to put this, even the great Bruce Willis has said Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. If Bruce Willis says it, I gotta roll with it. Now I know everyone else out there is like, it's a Christmas movie, so knock yourself out.
Gremlins to me is a Christmas movie.
Uh, okay. I can, I, yeah, I guess like it's the same principle, but technically it makes Rambo, I want to say First Blood or the first Rambo, a Christmas movie too, because
Did.
that was taking place during Christmas. So
Well, Terrifier is definitely a Christmas movie, right? It takes place during Christmas.
uh it is a Christmas horror movie, I'll give you that, because there's a difference between like a like what
See,
are
so then it's a Christmas action movie.
yes, well they do have a category for Christmas action movies, and Die Hard does fall into it. But
See, so there you go.
let's do
Case
what I
closed.
always. Well, there you go. It's still debatable, but anyway. But as always, let's do what I do and share screen with
With me.
you. Now, Roxy, I'm going to give you dealer's choice, even though there's a choice already up here. We got these regular cool whack Christmas movies, or we can start off with some Rankin and Bass Christmas movies. Those are those stop animated ones like Rudolph.
I love those.
Yeah, those guys. So, what do you want? Some regs or some Bass
Let's
and
do some
Rankin?
regs.
You want some dregs? Wow. You threw me off. I could have sworn you're going to go with the Bass, Rankin and Bass. All right, so here are the latest, greatest kind of Christmas movies, just kind of all jumbled up. Some top picks. Typed it into the Google. This is what we got. So first off, one I haven't seen, but I kind of want to see Dear Santa with Jack Black.
Yeah,
Jack
I want to see that. I can't
That
wait.
that looks pretty funny. This one, I will say this. The other day, I was kind of bored cleaning the house, so I put on Hot Frosty.
I watched that one too, and I was like,
It
okay,
it
not
was
bad.
so it was how do I put it? I couldn't get into it because it was so hallmarky.
Very,
That
very hallmarky.
and
I
the
will
thing
give it
is,
that. Yeah.
how do I put this? The acting was worse than the Hallmarky movies. So I was like, I spent most of my time like I sat on the couch, this thing was playing, and then I would look up and then go back to looking at reels. That's how bad it was for me because it was too
See, and I actually
Hallmarky.
watched it.
You
I
did?
actually watched it,
Ew.
and I kind of enjoyed it. Like it was
Did you?
very, but it was I like those Hallmark cheesy movies. Like I know they're horribly done and the acting is gross, but like it's entertaining and it gets me in the Christmas spirit.
I'm sorry, I got physically sick there while you
Yeah, I know. I saw you. And I blame that on my mom. So, mom, if you're listening, you're the reason for my Hallmark movie.
I could
Blaming.
Hallmark movies are just the worst. None of
My
them are
mom
realistic.
loves those super cheesy movies. She
Mm.
loves them. So I guess that's why I enjoy watching them because I feel like I'm watching it with my mom. So
Oh, how cute. Now, one thing here, I've never saw Spirited with these two guys, Mr. Will Ferrell and I don't know why I keep wanting to call this man Ryan Gosling. He is not Ryan
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. They're both so pretty. It's like,
Right? Seriously, both of the
they're just
Ryans,
so
they're both
pretty,
very pretty.
If I could say one was prettier than the other one, I'd have to go with Ryan Reynolds is definitely the prettier one than both of them. But hey, that's just me. Uh, maybe you're a Ryan Gosling guy. I don't know.
Who knows?
You know, but one of my favorite Christmas movies, and a lot of people give me shit for it because I'm a guy, but I think it's Love Actually. I think that's a great Christmas movie. I think it's a great movie in general. I don't know. What about you, Roxy?
I don't know if I've seen this actually. I really can't. I'm really
Wow.
like that's why I was like in a daze for a second because I'm really searching my brain to see like, did I watch this?
The one where Cary Grant is the prime minister, and then it's like a bunch of different love stories happening, like Liam Neeson, Cary Grant, Hugh
Yeah, I don't think
Grant.
I've seen this actually.
Oh my God, you
Is it
have
on
to watch.
Netflix? Maybe I'll watch that
It
today.
it probably is for Christmas. I would not be surprised. But Love
Let me see.
Actually is just a great, and this one you can definitely call it a rom-com at
Mhm.
Christmas. It's just a really, really good one and totally worth watching. So definitely check out Love
Okay, I can
Actually.
find it on Sling or Hulu or Amazon.
There you go.
What
There
the hell
you
is
go.
Fubo?
That's a new one on me. Have no idea. Have
What's on
no idea.
there?
Okay. One of
Okay.
my personal favorites, Christmas Vacation with
National Lampoons?
yep, National
I
Lampoon's Christmas
mean,
Vacation.
that is a classic. That is a Christmas classic.
Mm-hmm.
You have to watch
Absolutely.
it. It's a must.
Yeah, and there was kind of a funny story. about this. So the original director that was going to do Christmas Vacation is also the same guy who ended up directing Home Alone. But he never got to complete Christmas Vacation because he was kind of a new director and he was given his chance to do this on Christmas Vacation. But Chevy Chase was so mean to him and would berate him because he thought he didn't have enough skill to do this because he's kind of a new director.
Hmm.
So they took him off the project and gave him Home Alone, which became an even bigger success
Yeah.
for Christmas.
Well, good for
So,
him.
but I've always heard Chevy Chase is just horrible to work with,
I
is
hate
what
that.
I've heard that. But then again, if I did as much cocaine as that man did,
Right? Right?
I'd probably be horrible to work with too.
Shame.
Because back in the day, like that man did a lot of cocaine, and he's very open about that.
Wow.
I was like, damn.
Like, all right then.
I am literally surprised that man is still alive with how much powder went up that man's nose.
Jeez.
But yeah, so that was a little something there. One that I've never really got into because it's more of a kiddie thing, Polar Express. I mean,
It's cute.
is
I've
it?
seen it a few times. I do try to watch it every Christmas. It just because it's there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's cute. The animation kind of creeps me out a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
it's good. I like it.
Okay. So never saw it, so
You
don't know.
should watch it.
I'm gonna skip down because I know there's a couple on here that make Roxy's list immediately. So we'll just skip over a few and go straight to the Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm
I
not
mean, yeah,
saying someone loves The Nightmare Before Christmas, but someone loves The Nightmare Before Christmas here. Uh,
great movie, and you get to watch it at Halloween and at Christmas,
yeah, so it's a
and
double
you get to watch it
whammy.
twice.
And here's another one that is one of Roxy's favorites, or correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn you told me it was one of your favorites. Is it Elf?
I do love Elf.
Hmm.
Elf
Yeah,
is one of my must watches. Yep.
one of your must watches.
Yes. But
So,
you missed one though, right there. Christmas Chronicles.
oh, this one, you like that?
That one. I
Huh.
love that movie. Like it's fairly new. It's only like a couple years old,
Hmm.
but it's a really great Christmas movie. And there's a part two to that movie. And I've
Really?
watched both of them. I love them. It has made my rotation for Christmas.
Really?
On my
So,
must-watch rotation for
so
Christmas.
this
That is a
this
great
is one that you
movie.
watch all the time then.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So
Since
one of
it came out, I have watched it every year. Yeah.
okay.
I
Now,
have to watch it. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to watch it within like tonight or the next couple of days. Got to
very
start my
cool.
Christmas movie marathon.
Now, one that I'm going to tell you this. I never liked the movie. I never liked the movie, but I have great respect for the movie because it was written by one of my favorite writers. I know no one's like, "Oh my God, who was that written by?" But I'm that kind of guy who's like, "Oh my God, who is it written by?" Home Alone. So I never got into Home Alone. I know it was a
Really?
massive craze, huge hit. I remember when it came out, just lasted for fucking ever. That high was just never coming down, type of thing.
Yeah.
Only started respecting it when I found out that John Hughes wrote it.
Mm.
Now, for those of you who are like, who's John Hughes? A, what rock are
Whoa.
you living in?
No,
And
seriously.
B, John Hughes wrote and directed some of the greatest movie. Well, that whole 80s teen genre was John, so Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day
16
Off,
Candles.
16 Candles, Home Alone. He even wrote Beethoven, the movie Beethoven about the
I
dog.
love that movie.
He wrote that. So he was a very talented writer and director and everything, and he was just great. And so I ended up respecting it more because he wrote it, not because of that. But the weird thing is like Joe Pesci and I forget Daniel Stern,
Hmm.
they had said that the reason they were just acting over the top in this movie, like really cheesy over the top acting,
Hmm.
because they literally thought this movie was not going to go anywhere. They thought it was going to be just a flop, and it ends up being like a
Huge
massive
success.
hit, you
Yeah.
know? So that's
I love this movie. Like I was a kid when this came out, so this I put myself in his position. Like we all wanted to be this kid,
yeah, in a way,
and we
yes, in
all wanted this, and then
many
we all
ways.
plotted how we could make this happen.
Exactly, exactly. One of my personal favorites that's on here, it is a Christmas classic for me, uh, A Wonderful Life, with Mr., Jimmy Stewart. Uh, you gotta love him because his way of acting and talking is not something you hear nowadays. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, you don't hear people talk like that
you
anymore.
really don't. It's like, Roxy. So, oh my God, Roxy, what, what, what's happened? Oh God, the tree,
You
it's on
know,
fire. Uh,
I know this is a
oh,
classic, but I'm not a fan of this movie.
really?
I'm
Because
not. It's boring.
well, it's a
Like
dark.
I get I get the what they're the message in the movie. I totally get it. I love it, but the movie itself is boring.
And see, I like it because I think
Boring.
there's a much darker side to the story that I think everyone glazes over, and it's the beginning. See, Jimmy Stewart's character is on a bridge. He's going to commit suicide.
Hmm.
Like his life is just going to shit, and he's about to commit suicide. So they kind of this angel shows him like
Hmm.
this is what your life would be like had you never been born or blah blah blah. So it was really interesting, but it starts off dark. Like he's
Yeah.
literally going to jump off a bridge to kill himself. So I was like kind of really, really, interesting as to how that movie is. Now, do I have to watch it every year? No, but it is one of my favorites to kind of like
Yeah.
glaze over on occasion.
And like I
Uh,
said, I get the whole message. I get what they're trying to, say, but
it's just not your thing.
it's just it's boring.
Yeah,
It's just boring.
it's
I
kind
don't
of
know.
like
Maybe if it was redone with a little bit more zhuzh, a little more,
mhm. Well, for me,
I
it's
probably. I mean, if they came out with it again, I might give it a watch.
hmm maybe. It's kind of like what Home Alone is for me. It's just like
Yeah,
a lot of people love it. I'm just not into
yeah.
it,
I mean, it's great. I get it's a classic, but it's just
Mhm.
not for me.
Yes, it really isn't one for me either. One that a lot of people love is The Grinch with Jim Carrey. It's hard to say no
Love
to it.
that's on my rotation.
Yes, and see for
The
me,
Jim Carrey and the cartoon.
yeah, see for me, it's the cartoon.
I gotta
Uh,
watch both.
Yeah, I love the cartoon, the Grinch, and to me, the cartoon, the Grinch, has some more creepier elements to it than what the movie does. And I think part of it is that magnificent voice that narrates the Grinch,
Oh yeah.
who is Boris Karloff, who, if you don't know who Boris Karloff is, he is the original black and white Frankenstein. He was the actor who played Frankenstein. So just to me, it was really great, but I'm more into the original cartoon. Now, something that's kind of come across the mean one. Have you heard of this, Roxy?
I have, but I haven't seen it, and
I
I
haven't
want to
seen
see
it
it so
either.
bad.
Apparently, it's like Cindy Lou Who is like kidnapped by the Grinch, and
It's like a horror version of The Grinch. And
yes,
the guy that plays Art the Clown plays the Grinch.
yes, who is actually quite a brilliant actor. I'm going to say
Yes,
that.
really
Very,
great.
very, very brilliant actor, and he can make any
I want to
character
see
come to
this
life.
movie so freaking bad.
That's one that I wouldn't mind checking out either, so I wouldn't mind kind of dropping into that one at some point. The Now this one was just funny. Four Christmases. Did you ever see that with Vince
That one is
Vaughn?
funny.
That one was really good. It's not appropriate for kids, but hey,
Definitely not.
if you're by yourself and you kind of want to check it out, that one was definitely a good one to kind of check out. Now, if you're looking for stuff for the kids, I will suggest a Muppet Christmas Carol. Just as good, except Scrooge is played by the ever charming and wonderful actor Michael Caine. And I was reading a little bit about the making of this because Michael Caine's a big actor. It's like, why would you do like a Muppets movie? And he said that he absolutely loved doing it, that this version of Scrooge was his favorite character to have played because of how how much he enjoyed doing this. I was like, that's kind of interesting. I never would have thought that, but
Yeah.
who am I? Um, you have some other interesting ones here that I've never really seen any of these, so I'm not going to stay
Did
too
you see
much on.
Frost? Frost was a good one.
Really, was it?
Yeah.
Hmm, interesting. Never
I saw
saw it.
that a long time ago, and it was a good. I think that has, I want to say Michael Keaton.
Really? Now, see, I
I
love a good
think.
Michael Keaton movie. Michael Keaton is great. Like
I
that
want to
man.
say it's Michael Keaton.
Huh. Like
And
I said,
then down below, Fred Claus, great Christmas movie. Vince Vaughn, he
mhm.
plays Mr. Santa Claus's brother, Fred. Great movie.
Oh God. And of course, the classic that you have to love every year, A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
That is just, the best. Just the best, if you ask me. I absolutely love A Charlie Brown Christmas. D Die Hard jumps on here, and then we've already discussed that, so we're not going to stay on it. The Santa Claus. Is this the one with, or is this the original?
It
Or
looks like
it
it.
looks like the original.
1995.
Right. I believe so. Now, this one was kind of interesting. Um, and it's also a little dark if you pay attention. Have you ever seen this one?
What?
This particular, the Santa Claus or Santa Claus?
No.
Okay. So this one was interesting where it starts off as the really nice guy took presence into the village, him and his wife, and then it's very very old timey type of time. So him and his wife are in a sleigh, and then they got caught in a snowstorm, and they die. So they die in the snowstorm,
Oh gosh.
and then so you get this impression that this big beam of light comes out in the shape of a Christmas tree, and then these elves come out, bringing them back to life. So it's the concept that uh, either God or a divine entity brought him back to life and gave him these elves and turned him and his wife into Santa and Mrs. Claus. And then it goes on from there to become kind of a weird comedy because Dudley Moore is in it as well. But I was like, that starts off pretty dark, in all honesty. This one is just a fun to watch on occasion, horror-wise. A Christmas Horror Story, which is narrated by William Shatner,
I
and
have
it's
never seen this.
it is a bunch of various like Christmas vignette kind of stories. So you have different stories like Santa Claus fighting um, Krampus, and the really dark thing about that is
I
it's
love Krampus.
yeah, so it's not really Santa Claus fighting Krampus. It's a man who's having a mental breakdown, and he's seeing are like elves and monsters and
Uh,
Krampus, and really he's just having a mental breakdown, killing everyone in the mall.
oh shit. Oh damn.
I was like, fuck. So it really is a good one. It's a dark one, but it is a good one. I kind of enjoyed it. And then,
Says
of
here
course,
you can see it on Sling and AMC and
yes,
Amazon.
this used to be on Netflix. It's no longer.
Dang it.
Huh? Yeah, Krampus, this movie, when this came out in
Oh,
2015,
that was good.
I went to see it. You know what? I was a little heartbroken with it. It was not as good as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
true. I did see it. I enjoyed it, but I was really expecting a little bit more.
Yes, I was expecting a lot more, so I was a little heartbroken with it. So it was not my favorite. Of course, I love A Christmas Carol, almost A Christmas Carol, anything. This one I'm not familiar with, the 2019 version, but like
Mm-mm.
there are various, Christmas carols that I really, really enjoy. There's something about that story that I like. Then of course you have all these other fun ones that are kind of popping up in Christmas horror movies. So take a look, if you're kind of into that for the Christmas season. Roxy's suggestion of Gremlins is here. So,
Yeah.
so that's kind of,
Well, I would have never considered Edward Scissorhands to be a horror movie. Christmas
I,
movie, yes. Horror movie, no.
yeah, I can't really see it as that either. Now, this one I've been told about. I have never actually watched it.
Never seen it.
Anna and the Apocalypse. I've heard about it, and I heard it's good, and this is on Tubi, so that is free if you want. But take it with a grain of salt. A lot of movies end up on Tubi for a reason. So, But I've been told that this one was that one was really good. But let's jump into something a little
Oh, that's a
different.
cute one too.
Which one?
Noelle.
Really, is it?
That is a really, it's Anna Kendrick.
Hmm.
Such a cute movie. I saw it, I think, last year for the first time, and I fell in love with it. It is so great.
Aw, I might have
And
to pick
I
that.
highly recommend it. It is really, really good. It's really cute. It's a really cute, cute Christmas movie.
And this one, I'm gonna go to the original on this one. So this is the 1994 one, which was okay. I liked the original black and white Miracle on 34th Street. That one was to me just a classic. And the guy who played Santa Claus, just like that would be my version of Santa Claus growing up today type of
Yeah.
situation. So very cool type of situation there for you guys. But let's jump into,
Before we jump over, one I didn't see on here is Jingle Jangle.
I'm sure for reasons, but
No, it's an actually really great movie. I guess maybe because it is a musical, kind of, but still a great movie. Wonderful movie. Like that actually made it to my list on my rotation. I watch it every year now.
really, see, I
I
haven't
love
seen
it.
it, so I don't know. But
It is really, really good. I love it.
one I am shocked that it took me this long to find it, and I'm just now seeing it is A Christmas Story. That is a Christmas classic. You know, I love A Christmas Story. I die laughing every time the dogs come in and eat the turkey. Uh, and the dad just getting, I was like, Bumpuses, you sons of bitches. I love that every year. But like the guy, so here's something interesting about A Christmas Story. The guy who plays the dad was not the first pick, even though later on they say this man was just born to play this role. No joke. Do you know who the first pick was, Roxy?
Ooh,
Jack Nicholson. They
wow.
wanted
What
Jack.
a different movie that would have
It
been.
really would have been. I don't
Wow.
think it would have been nearly as good as what it is now if they had went with Jack Nicholson. Because this guy, who also he does like these cheesy low budget. He did some cheesy low budget horror ones called like Kolchak the Night Stalker and all that. So that was that guy. He does this, and it's just you can't see this movie without him in it. You know,
Yeah.
so the fact that originally they wanted Jack Nicholson kind of blew my mind a bit. So very cool.
I
Moving on.
see two that are really cute too. Candy Cane Lane is cute, and then Claus at the bottom next to Miracle on 34th.
Hmm.
That one is a really cute cartoon, especially for children. Like that is a really cute one.
Aw. Okay, let's jump into some Rankin and Bass
Yeah.
because I think we've kind of uh, stayed on that other one a little too long here. So Rankin and Bass Christmas movies. They have a lot of them actually, but here are just a few to kind of get your Christmas going. All these things I really enjoyed growing up. Like this is what I grew up with. And I'm just surprised this isn't like a full list because,
No, for real.
you know, do we want, I'm gonna put list to see if all of it will come up. And still not all of it comes up. How weird. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna
Right
start
there
off.
on Wikipedia.
Yes, but I thought like maybe there'd be more in the images and stuff like that, like
Mm.
the other one, but not. Um, You have a Christmas classic, Frosty the Snowman.
Happy birthday!
Yes, always comes like happy birthday. Uh, a year without a Santa Claus is kind of becoming more popular now because
Hmm.
of the heat miser and
Yeah,
cold miser. A lot of people are doing those
their makeup
makeup
trend.
tutorials to them.
Yeah.
That one was really good. This one in Spanish, I'm not sure what that one it was, so I'm sure it was a great one though. Uh, The Stingiest Man in Town was basically a Christmas Carol, but with Rankin and Bass type of situation.
Hmm.
I vaguely remember it. I do remember that they did have a version of The Night Before Christmas that was really fun, kind of the same animation look to it.
Hmm.
The Little Drummer Boy was one of my favorites.
I did
Uh,
not like that one.
really, that one wasn't one of your faves?
No.
Okay, that one was one
That
of
one I would take a nap during.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Santa Baby was an interesting one. Didn't catch on like all the rest, but like That one was a really interesting one. Let's look what Internet Movie Database has for their. Oh, they have quite a few of them here. Of course, number one,
Rudolph.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That one was my favorite.
Burl Ives as the snowman, who was great and actually
Yes.
sang just all that. That Holly Jolly Christmas is still a Christmas classic
Yes, it
song
is.
to this day. The Year Without a Santa, we already talked. Santa Claus is Coming to Town
That was a
was
good
kind of an
one.
interesting one. The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. So clearly they had a theme going on.
Yeah.
And then of course we talked about Frosty and the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. For the first Christmas, the story of the first Christmas snow. I don't remember that one.
Don't know that one.
Jack Frost, I just recently kind of revisited and watched. That one was good. It was not my favorite out of all of them, but it was interesting. This one is one I want to find and see. Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey.
I think I might have seen that one maybe like twice.
Yeah, I haven't seen it very
I
much.
vaguely remember that
I
one.
kind of want to go back and watch that and see what that was like.
Yeah.
The Little Drummer Boy, not Roxy's favorite, but
Yawn.
Frosty's Winter Wonderland, which just seems like it's a continuation.
Mm-hmm.
The Little Drummer Boy Book 2, that's clearly a continuation. The Stingiest Man in Town, like we talked about, it's a Christmas Carol. Rudolph's Shiny New Year. So also, apparently they had like these interesting part twos even back then.
Yeah.
And here's the one that was in Spanish, The Leprechaun's Christmas Gold. Did
Mm.
not know it. Didn't even know it existed. May have to check it out just for giggles. Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. That
Mm.
sounds terrible. That
Awful.
really just sounds terrible. And then Pinocchio's Christmas. I do remember that.
I don't.
It was very short-lived, not one of their more popular ones, but I do remember it growing up. So interesting,
I'd
interesting.
have to say Rudolph is my favorite out of all of these.
In this whole list, I'd have to go with Rudolph too. Like that was one of the best
Hmm.
stop animation cartoons that I ever saw growing up. So.
Yeah.
But let's say you have a Christmas movie or a Christmas animated movie that maybe you know about that you would like to share with us. You can do so and share it to our socials or to email us at thevcrshow@gmail.com or our socials at Instant Twitter at the VCR Show, YouTube at the VCR Show, and our website, thevcrshow.com. And if you want to spend your holidays making hot cocoa for Roxy and watching cheesy Hallmark movies, you can put in your request at her social medias, which are.
On Facebook at Roxy Perez Curvy Model, on Instagram at PopRox428, and on TikTok at Thepoproxx. And PopRox is spelled Poproxx.
And as always, I'm Vara,
And I'm Roxy.
and we're wishing you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bah humbug.
Yes, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You have been listening to VCR, creative content by Richard Christopher Vara and Roxy Perez. Logo by Richard Christopher Vara with assistance from Annie Ramirez. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach us at thevcrshow@gmail.com or our social medias at Instagram and Twitter at The VCR Show. And you can also check out our content at thevcrshow.com. The show song is Addict by Nefex, instrumental, and you can find them on YouTube Music Library.